Knowing that folklore and superstition are guiding forces among the local community, Dr. Somporn starts the day's journey with prayers and offerings to the spirit of Lai Tai. With no medical explanation on these sudden deaths forthcoming, ghosts and spirits are a substitute in explaining why a young person can go to bed perfectly healthy and not wake up. Continuing on her research, Dr. Somporn meets a man who did wake up. After surviving an attack of Lai Tai, Mr. Mombao, a local farmer, says he saw the widow ghost just before it happened. But instead of going to hospital, he was taken to the local temple. While Mr. Mombao believes that deceiving the widow ghost was key to his survival, others weren't so lucky.
I would like somebody to solve this problem. The kids need father, wife need their husband, and the world need them to work together as a happy member in the world.
As Dr. Somporn continues to explore the villages of northern Thailand, a compelling explanation behind these unique sudden cardiac deaths has already been discovered. A consortium of international scientists have found a mutated gene deep within the heart cells that is known to interfere with the heart's electricity. By damaging a protein tunnel in the cell wall known as the sodium ion channel, the mutated gene upsets the electrical balance. A chain reaction soon follows, degenerating into total electrical chaos and ultimately ventricular fibrillation. This genetic breakthrough confirms what doctors have long feared, that the mutation behind the disease is passed from generation to generation, unknowingly, and often with disastrous consequences.
This is a typical family with Brugada syndrome. We have here 5 generations already. It's a very large family. And we have affected members in each generation, of course. We don't need to do anything else than just check for the mutation on these individuals, and we know immediately whether they are affected or not affected. That's very nice, particularly for children, because you don't...
The Haaland family from Brussels have been living with the mutated gene for 10 years now. But like most people, they didn't realize it until it was too late.
He was playing football with his colleagues from work. He just fell down and there was No movements, there was nothing anymore. He just fell down, face down.
The doctor was nearby, but it was hopeless. I was not at home at that time, so I was called to the hospital, and there they said simply that he was dead. That was all. No further explanation.
In circumstances identical to his uncle's death 20 years earlier, Chris Halen collapsed and died playing the sport he loved. All along, the genetic mutation had secretly been working its way through the family.
They were both 30 years old and both died on a football field, and nevertheless we didn't see any link between them. It's a very strange feeling, yes. Because I realized that I still live and others have died. And my brother is dead, my son is dead, and I still live.
This is the worst thing that can happen to any family. You are left without your dear sister or brother or father or mother, and there is no time at all to just talk to each other, to say how much you love her or him, or to correct, some little, maybe disagreements that you had the time that both, could still talk. It's so unexpected, it's so nasty. Disbelief is the only thing that actually comes first, and it makes life very strange, to be honest.
With most victims having no symptoms at all, it's difficult for doctors to know who is at risk from sudden death, unless you've had a warning. One crucial warning sign is unexplained fainting, but bigger still is resuscitated sudden cardiac death. For Chris Halen, that sign came 5 years earlier, while out running.
And at the end, he fell down on the floor, and he was unconscious. He was dead, his heart didn't beat any longer, but he has been reanimated there. So he has come home, and nothing could be seen anymore. And then 5 years later, he suddenly fell down on a soccer field and died.
The drama is also when you have had a warning, and that warning was not taken seriously, and that was negated, maybe sometimes even by the physicians, who did not recognize that that symptom could be the only warning that that individual will have to prevent that sudden cardiac death. Next step, next arrhythmia, sudden death, and then it's too late. So that's also unfair.
As carriers of the mutated gene, the Halen family know there's a 50% chance they will pass the disease on to the next generation. Everyone takes a blood test, including the children. Unfortunately, Hugo Halen's remaining brother didn't want to test.
My oldest brother didn't want to do it, and he died.
And he didn't want to inform his children.
Yeah, about the syndrome. He didn't believe there was something going on. It was a kind of fantasy in our family. I don't know why. I really don't understand that situation.